The forwards, Vanganar, Lowes and Fielden, Gartner, Peacock and Forshaw. And the substitutes, Price, Anderson, Gilmore and McDermott. The coach is Brian Noble. Terrific contingent of Bradford support here, hoping that Bradford will be back at Old Trafford. The Super League champions, of course, the Bulls. The Saints, though, let's take a look at their side, and a late change here. Wellens is the fullback. Albert, Gleeson, Newlove and Stewart, Sculthorpe and Sean Hoppy starts at scrum half. Until 5 minutes ago, Sean Long was named at scrum half. Apparently he's turned an ankle in the warm-up. Britt, Cunningham, Nicol, joint the captain Stankovic and Shields, the forwards, and the substitutes. Long is there taking his place on the bench with Ward, Yonkers, Hyam, and the coach, of course, Ian Millwood. And there is Ian Millwood, the St Helens coach. Well, Trafford loses home next Friday, and Wigan await. It's Saints against Bradford, the top two after the 28 weekly rounds. And of course, don't forget, St Helens took away Bradford's two-year unbeaten sequence at Valley Parade. They were 50 points to 22 winners there on August the 16th. There'll be a bit of needle on show here, don't worry about that. Sculthorpe gets us underway. This could be one of the great games of the season. Deacon tips the ball inside to Vainicolo. A great rush from the kickoff by Stankovic and Cunningham.
Did well though, did the wing of Vainicolo to get into the field of play. Crafty little kick there by Sculthorpe all along the ground.
And here now is Stuart Fielden. Good opening, 3 tackles. There is Sean Long on the bench. There is Sean Hoppy operating. Well, named at scrum half. Will he play at scrum half? I think Bill Arthur has got news of the Sean Long situation. Bill?
Well, he has gone over on his ankle in the warm-up. I'm assured that is the case. Of course, he has been recovering from this knee injury. Now, whether they've decided not to risk him early doors in this game and to let Sean Hoppy take the flak, well, that could be the cynical point of view. But the official line is that Sean Long has got an ankle injury. He will be available to come on later in the game.
Very interesting. Ian Millwood, of course, doesn't matter, he says, who he puts out on the field. All the players know their jobs, and they are varying and differing jobs as well. But it looks from up here as though Hoppy has gone to the wing, Wellens has gone to 7, and that Anthony Stewart has dropped back to fullback. But that could all change.
Well, there's little doubt about that. Ian Millwood has done that throughout the couple of seasons, and it has paid off for him. But will it tonight? It's a huge gamble.
There's Wellens at scrum half. There's the kick down the line looking for Albert. It's a tester for Vainicolo. And nearly Albert pinched it off him, but they trapped him in goal anyway.
And the referee, Robert Connolly, just making sure that he jumped from the field of play, which he did. Quite a few of the Bradford players just having a little chat with the official. But he's the man that they're going to target, no doubt about that. He has had quite a few problems with the high bomb, but taking that will certainly lift his spirits.
Well, this, of course, is a repeat of the 1999 Grand Final, and this is the 5th playoff meeting in 5 seasons, the 3rd at Knowsley Road. St Helens have won 3 of those previous 4, including the Grand Final. And this is the way it looks head-to-head between these two. And at St Helens, the Saints have an overwhelming advantage against Bradford, but in the playoffs and Super League, well, look at that, it's Bradford. And there's a knock-on, forced by Mike Forshaw on Peter Shields.
Well, mistakes, they prove costly, and you can see Shields was trying to offload, no doubt about it. Good positioning by Robert Connolly, the official. We saw last night that Leeds kept coming up, giving away penalties and coming up with so many mistakes. They never really got into the game.
This is Robbie Paul, and by the looks of things, a brand new hairstyle for the playoffs. It looks like he has a Malin streak across the top of his head.
Well, he was our guest a couple of weeks ago on the midweek show, Eddie, and I did mention it to him why he got it there, and he said he wanted gold on the finger and gold on his head.
Fair enough. Penalty here to Bradford, high shot.
Well, they've got to watch their discipline. No doubt about it. Chris Joint didn't miss. Peacock would have felt that.
Paul Sculthorpe in the screen, his 250th career appearance tonight. The reigning man of steel. Best player in the game in many people's view last year. And of course the decision for 2002 still has to be made. Lowe's at dummy half. Here's Vangenaar.
Looked a shade forward, did that. He was very late in offloading.
What a big hit by Nicol on him though. Lowe's again. They go right and find Robbie Paul. Robbie Paul dancing and almost getting through. Joint and Sculthorpe.
Pushed him out wide. Good defence by Joint. Knew exactly what was happening.
This is Scott Naylor now. Nicol with the tackle. Lowe's to Fielden. Fielden gets the first try. Fielden gets the first try for the ball's not given yet.
Just check for obstruction on that one, please, Dave.
He wants to check for obstruction against the Bradford Bulls. And tonight's video referee, by the way, is David Campbell.
Checking for obstruction by a Bradford player when it came through.
Oh yeah, there is an obstruction there. I think it's Naylor. It looks to me as though Naylor has pushed Nicol out of the way.
Both touches have run through, by the way.
Is it Naylor? Yeah, I think it is. Scott Naylor definitely interferes with Sonny Nicol. So to my mind, this will be NOTRY. Now watch on your left-hand side of the screen. Naylor definitely pushes the man, so therefore he had no chance to get to Fielden. This will be NOTRY. I cannot believe that the video referee will give this. There's Naylor. He definitely pushes Nicol, and you can see Nicol has no chance to make the tackle. And everyone's seen it, just like you viewers at home here at this stadium. Well, I don't know why he's looking again. He's definitely, well, he's just shielded him away. There's no chance that Nicol could make the tackle. Well, if this is given, he's trying to see whether Nicol is holding, but you can see there that Naylor's holding him all the way. And he's trying to push him out of the way. Well, I don't know why they're taking so long with this. This has got to be no try.
Well, that's your view, but David Campbell has taken a long, hard look at this, and the decision is no try. He agrees. Naylor was obstructing Sonny Nicol. He couldn't get to the ball carrier, couldn't make the tackle. The try is wiped out, and Brian Noble looking down the line. He wants to see that again on the big screen.
Well, he can watch it as long as he likes, but Naylor knows that he's transgressed. Definitely pushes him away, and Nicol tries to get to him in the end. The joy on the face of Fielden is short-lived, and it's no try. You could lip read the Saints coach Ian Millward, and therefore the penalty now goes to the Saints. Big let-off. They were very slow, I must say, though, in getting their one line of defence sorted out.
So St Helens survive an early scare. And this is Sean Hoppy, who was drilled to the floor by Peacock and Fielden. Sculthorpe and Britt, a lovely 1-2. And Sculthorpe, great ball then onto Shields. Grounded though on halfway. Good defence by Bradford.
Beautiful run around there. I must say, Mr. Connolly is not taking him back all that far. He's struggling to get back the 10. Pretty spiteful out there. No love lost between these two sides.
It's a skinny 10 metres, there's no doubt about that. This is Darren Britt.
Trying to get him back the full 10 now.
And this is Wellens. He looks left and finds Sculthorpe.
Great tackle from Naylor, ball and all. Couldn't offload their Joint.
Gets to his feet though, plays the ball to Newlove. This is Sculthorpe with a crossfield kick. And this, well, it was knocked backwards, was it? No, the knock on, says referee Robert Connolly.
And yet again, not the best kick though by Sculthorpe, who were aiming to get it right into the corner of Vainicolo. And Big Leslie, who they're just tackling now, is in for a big night. Plenty of work.
Saints offside.
Way too soon.
Brandon Costin takes a quick tap, and they're going to get Nicol for offside here.
Quick thinking there by Costin. Like on the 10, crowd don't like it.
And Jimmy Lowe's is asking the referee to put someone in the bin.
Well, it's been been the same, should I say, for both sides. I mentioned the fact the official was having a lot of trouble. No doubt about it, he went for the second bite with this fella.
Well, he couldn't do anything else other than that, really, other than just let him through, and it would have been a possible try. This is Michael Withers. He's got Naylor on the overlap. Withers takes the tackle from Newlove. Bradford have started really hot.
Having all sorts of problems with this Saints defence.
This is Forshaw trying to skip and dance his way through. Shields and Nicol with the tackle. Waits at dummy half, 10 metres away. Deacon, the ball dipped. He managed to pick it up. Vangenaar!
Good work from Nicol. Quick play of the ball, that's what's needed.
Lowe's. Good defence from St Helens.
Working overtime as a prop forward, Nicol.
Not happy, James Lowe's.
Well, he could have been penalised there. Oh, that's a bad mistake there. Robbie Paul came up with the ball, no one near him, and he drops it. Just had a little look, and now he's got them for offside. Tit for tat.
McAvoy didn't hear the whistle.
He was off, he thought it was try time. And he had plenty to select from. Wasn't many got back. I think Fielding was on his own. There's a skipper, Robbie Paul.
Noise inside Knowsley Road tonight is absolutely deafening, this sellout all-ticket crowd. And 5 penalties in the opening 7 3/4 minutes. They could just set the tone.
To be fair, Saints will be quite happy because they look a little bit disjointed in that defensive line. Bradford have made quite a few slices through that defence.
Well, this 10 metres that Robert Connolly is keeping is about 6.
Well, they normally take them about 12 so they can take a step, but they're all offside, both sides.
Cunningham on the run around.
Wasn't going to get past his opposite. Jimmy Lowe says come here, but he still won't go down. He does now.
A good job that Cunningham got a forward roll in there. That could have been very dangerous. Here is Sculthorpe. It's good, fierce tackling from both sides at the moment. Bradford looking a little sterner in that department than Saints. And the ball out wide, looking for Hoppy. Found the bottom of the wall over there.
Well, it was a right option to work the blind side. They do that quite well, but not the best pass from Chris Joynt.
Actually found the touch judge's ankle.
Either way, he'll be disappointed. First golden chance for the Saints. Ryan Noble perhaps a little bit perplexed over the fact that they've had one try disallowed, but I think when he looks at the screen again, he'll realise that it certainly was obstruction.
Lowe's waits dummy half.
And you can see there, St Helens, they're only about 5 metres back.
Yeah, it's same for both sides, isn't it?
It's going to be a tough one, this, mainly due to the fact that the official won't allow either side to play open football.
This is Joe Vanganar, unbelievably left out of the Kiwi squad. That looked a touch forward, that pass from Lowe's to Fielding.
Well, Fielding thought so, he nearly gave himself up.
And this is Robbie Paul. And Robbie Paul is looking for support, and a great tackle by Anthony Stewart.
Had to be as well. This will be the last. Surely they get the kick, is it?
It's with Deacon now. There's the dab down the line, looking for Vainicolo. Darren Albert is there. Albert clears up, but at the expense of a goal line dropout.
Super play there. Deacon just shoved it into the corner. As far Albert's been in absolutely sensational form. That's the way to get behind the defence, but he read it well under a lot of pressure from Vainicolo. This is a break from the skipper. And once again, we've seen a few problems for this St Helens defence. Millwood would be getting the message out. Come on, fellas, tighten it up. Doesn't look too concerned.
Not yet, it's 0-0, 10.5 minutes on the clock. This is Fielding, whose try was wiped off by video referee David Campbell.
I must say the Bulls are again utilising that very short pass, very close to the first man. Quite happy to just hit it out with a big forwards Bradford at the moment.
Lowe's to Robbie Paul. He looks left and finds Paul Deacon. Deacon got the pass away to Forshaw. Albert got him. This is Vainicolo. Vainicolo running straight at Stankovic with help from Gleeson. The Kiwi is pulled down. Quick play the ball to Costin. Costin then in field looking for Robbie Paul. Robbie Paul is tackled by Sculthorpe. Last tackle here, this set of 6. Lowe's. Surely he'll stab it through, which it does!
Is he onside?
Could be a try for Deacon.
He wants to see if he's onside. Was Deacon in front of Lowe's? Wonderful play, though, by the hooker, Jimmy Lowe's. Outstanding. Here's a kick, we'll see quite clearly. He's onside. This is try time. What an effort from the hooker. All the experience in the world. Little doubt. Deacon is a good 1.5 meters, if not 2 meters behind. What a wonderful effort by the hooker, Jimmy Lowe's. He comes up trumps all the time, and it's Deacon that pops over the first 4 pointers. No doubt about it, this will be TRY.
Well, Deacon is the leading point scorer in the Super League this year, and he has 4 more. Paul Deacon, top scorer in both goals and points this year, but that's only try number 6 of 2002.
Having all sorts of problems out there, this defence. See how one are moving up, some are hanging back. You've got to go in as a unit, and they're not doing it. You cannot allow too much space for this fella. They held off him. They thought he was going to go on his own. What a wonderful effort. See how he threw the dummy. But this line of defence from the Saints needs to be patched up very quickly indeed. Otherwise, the Bulls will just run over them.
Deacon then, the try scorer. And Deacon here now, the man to try and convert. Which he does. And the champions have a 6-0 lead here at Knowsley Road over the unbeaten on this ground, St Helens.
There you can see one's going out, the rest are standing back. Thank you very much indeed. What a great combination. We often talk about the wonderful golden triangle between the halfback, the loose forward and the hooker. And it certainly worked for the hooker and the halfback there. Great try.
Sculthorpe with the kick-off, and Vinacolo did well to field that. Wellens and Gleeson leading the charge on him. They get him down 15 metres from his own line. Forshaw to Vanganar. He's been massive for Bradford this year. Missed the Kiwi selection, but he might well yet get in with Nathan Kalis being out. This is Stuart Fielden. Bradford with the early advantage, ahead 6-0, and it has been all Bradford so far.
Well, it just shows you the element of giving away penalties, which Saints have done. Bradford also, but not as many. And then we get a situation whereby they've come up with the errors.
Oh, and he's got the 40-20 here, I think, James Lowes. The referee shouted 40 as the kick was taken.
They are running hot. Great effort from the hooker. Not normally noted for doing kicks like that. The short one that produced a try for Deacon, yes. But a 40-20 is probably the first he's done in his lifetime, isn't it?
Could be. Well, Brian Noble said coming into this match he believed the Bradford Bulls were the underdogs. They certainly chew in tandem, the coaching staff at Bradford, that's for sure. Robbie Paul, who just passed the ball there to Michael Withers, says whenever Bradford play on the top of their game, they are unbeatable. There's a little bit of a difference of opinion between coach and captain, but whatever, it is 6-0 to the Bulls here. Although they've dropped the ball and Shields has it, and he offloads to Britt, who gives it to Wellens.
That was dangerous play. Just shows you the tenacity of this defence. It's bringing up these errors.
Offside now, Bradford out wide.
Well, he's got to start doing something, bring the two captains together.
Well, if he just kept it.
Well, he's having the devil of a job.
I know he is, but if he just kept a Big Ten, Russell Smith did in Australia. Referee wants the second football over there taken off before St Helens are allowed to carry on. Remember the schmozzle that happened at Headingley last Friday night.
As Russell Smith said last night, don't put the ball behind your back, please.
Kieran Cunningham. Here's Peter Shields attacking the line, but Lowe's doing well. Quick play the ball, Cunningham wide to Sculthorpe. Great ball, joint! Oh, he put that down, and that was so close, and his coach knows it, and I'm sure the captain knows it too.
Well, if you bomb things like that, what an enormous gap. Robbie Paul was nowhere. Look at that. Robbie Paul had failed to fill in, and this is what the reaction was. Oh, dearie, dearie, dearie me.
That was a try.
Or words to that effect. He's bombed it.
That was a try on a plate. And Chris Joint losing the football. His 400th career appearance, by the way, for Joint in the British game. Lowe's, dummy half.
Well, we often say, Eddie, that you've got to take your chances, and that was very clear-cut indeed.
You have to take your chances at this level, Steve-O.
Certainly do. But it was a gift. There was just no one there. I know one player out there that was very pleased.
Saints now.
Robbie Paul. He's got to bring the captains here.
Dan Deacon's taken a quick tap. Deacon On his way, he's got support for Fielden. What a tackle from Darren Albert.
Super tackle there.
Not done yet, though, the Bulls. Deacon on the bounce. Kick to the corner. Costin. Costin for Bradford. No need to go to the video for that one. Brandon Costin. He was relegated with Huddersfield last year. He is now on the verge of a trip to Old Trafford. Brandon Costin. And it all came about by the quick tap penalty taken by Paul Deacon.
Quick thinking there, the man who got the first try of the game, but it's Costin there with the superb. Look at that, the defence is all at sea. And they paid a huge price, didn't they, with Joint bombing that try. Albert did his best to get back, but look at that defensive line. They are struggling. What a beautiful kick. It was 3 on nobody. Never mind 3 on 1, there was just no one at home. Look at that, who wants it? Costin does. They're running the show.
Well, he's looking to complete a dream year, Brandon Costin, with a grand final appearance, and then probably, providing Huddersfield return to Super League next year, back to the McAlpine Stadium. Deacon, he created that with a piece of genius. Quick tap penalty, then the kick out wide. Now this conversion. He's got it. He's got that all the way. St Helens 0, Bradford Bulls 12. The Bulls are the champions of the Super League, and they're showing their true colours here.
Well, this is amazing, isn't it? There was just no one at home. Never mind leaving the light on. The thief had gone over the top and dragged it and got it. Super play, but quick thinking from this fella. And how costly has that bomb try from Chris Joint been to the Saints? Could have been 6-all.
Brandon
and there
Costin,
you see it.
I'm going to get this in a minute. Brandon Costin must love this place. It's his first try since he scored here in June. Vanganar. A little crisis of confidence here for St Helens at the moment.
They've got to dig deep here, and again, utilising that very short pass. It's 50-50, borderline nearly all the time, and yet again, but it's working. Because once they've done all the hard work in the forwards, they're getting the link, and here we have Deacon again.
It goes wide to Withers, and Withers off the side of the boot, and that's out on the full. First mistake for Bradford. Clarkey, Saints, well, on the back foot, aren't they?
Yeah, they are very early though at this stage. I think what you've got to notice is the fact that Bradford have had 2 chances and taken them both. We've just seen a 12-point minute, haven't we, where Chris Joint bombs it at the other one end, and Bulls have the ability to go to the next. And their other try was also scored from a goal line dropout. That again, the quality of the best side is able to exert that pressure and turn it into points.
That's what they've done with 12 against their name, the Bulls. Nothing yet to show for St Helens, and they've had lots of possession, Bradford. They've done well though in turning it into this 12-point advantage they have. This is Nickel though now. They're 5 metres away, and it's here with Wellens. Wide it goes to Sculthorpe, and Sculthorpe gets the try that Saints were desperate for. Terrific try from Paul Sculthorpe. Again, the key man for St Helens this year. And that could be a critical, crucial try.
Great work, loves nothing better than running on the arc or out wide in the centres, and he's done exactly that. Wellens did well to do it. And again, you've got to point the finger at Robbie Paul. He got away with it before, but I'm afraid Mr. Paul is all at sea in defence. Hesitating. Oh, he took the dummy. Brian Noble will not be pleased with the skipper. As I mentioned before, he left a huge gap where Joint eventually bombed that try, but not this guy. They will not throw the towel in, that is one thing from the St Helens side.
And there's a bit of an inquest going on here. There's a lot of people talking, a lot of players putting their fourpenneth in. And Sculthorpe here, he's crowned his 250th career appearance with this try. How he'd love to slide this conversion over. 108 goals and a drop goal for Paul Sculthorpe. and a try in the playoff win against Bradford here in 1998. A success rate of 81%, but he's missed with that one.
And that could be a costly miss as well.
Importantly, though, the Saints are on the board.
Certainly lift them. Beautiful work from Helens, but look how that defensive line. I said that Saints were having a lot of problem. Well, one man, Robbie Paul, is having a huge one. Look at that. To take the dummy like that, and the reaction afterwards. It's no good saying, hey, come on, fellas. I think there's quite a few going through the mind saying, hey, come on, you fella.
Stay behind the kicker. Stay behind.
Paul Sculthorpe trying to rally the troops for St Helens as Deacon takes this kick-off. It's a short kick-off. Oh, read perfectly by Fielden. Into Withers. Well, St Helens were standing deep. And this is another glorious opportunity for Bradford. Robbie Paul.
Well, they were asleep, St Helens. They were basking in the glory of scoring that try, and there's big problems for Fielden. He got a real big hit when he took that kick-off.
Lowe's again. Looking for Deacon, was he? No. Tried to just ride the tackle and duck under himself. As the ball's come free. Saints have it.
On. No advantage. He'll play the knock on now.
Yeah, he'll put the scrum down.
This is a kick-off, and they went to sleep. Look at that. Who wants it? Oh, how many double-decker buses could you put in there? But look at the hit here. Oh, he felt it as well. Oh, it was Garner that carried it on. Lowe's went close, and there he loses the ball.
That's why Saints have the possession from this scrum. And they're in possession with Joint. Plays the ball to Cunningham. Here is Sonny Nicol.
Well, that's amazing, you know, Eddie. I don't think I've ever seen a side allow such a vast area for someone to kick into.
A chip over the top is from Sculthorpe. Darren Albert is after this. Darren Albert flicks it infield. That surely was a knock-on. Hacked forward by Gleeson. And the referee will bring them back for that knock-on.
No advantage. Neat little effort, though. Sculthorpe just dinked it over the top. See how the ball's spinning backwards? That means it usually just pops up, but it didn't on that occasion. He tried to flick it with the right hand back on the inside. Just didn't work. Gleeson had to put foot the ball, but there was no doubt about the knock-on. Well, so it's all happening.
It is. Bradford in possession with Costin.
Clear one. Stay.
24 minutes exactly gone. Penalty. And back chatting.
Well, that's silly play yet again. He's experienced enough as Paul Sculthorpe. He just brought Saints back into this game with a wonderful try. And he made no attempt to roll away. And he's leaving the official no other option but to give the penalty.
Well, autumn has arrived in this part of the world.
Oh, he touched that. That'll be head and feed.
Head and feed to Bradford. Saying autumn's arrived as we watch this replay from Albert. He did get a flick to it. The rain is tumbling out of the sky, and it's a very grey landscape around Knowsley Road. Nicol goes off, and Barry Ward comes on for the Saints. Now, Barry Ward does have the tendency to lift his teammates.
Well, that's the reason why Millwood has just thrown him on. He needs something out there because they're just a little bit astray. And I'm sure that Brian Noble also has got the message out to his skipper, say, hey, come on, going to be a bit tighter in defence.
This is Anderson, first touch since he came off the bench.
It's all about the big boys.
Lowe's showed it to Fielden, gave it instead to Peacock. Peacock has to take the tackle from Barry Ward and from Darren Britt. Lowe's again. Deacon. Oh, he's cutting them to ribbons with these kicks. And that's going to be a goal line dropout. Darren Albert was taking no chances.
Well, it's clever play. Deacon's reading the game exceedingly well. Get the roll on, get the couple of sets of 6 in succession. And as Eddie has just mentioned, creating all sorts of havoc for the Saints side. Good run by the big fella Anderson.
Well, the ball's in possession and in charge of the match on the ground where they've lost for the last 3 visits. And they haven't actually won here since March 2000, 32-10. It turned out to be Ellery Hanley's last game in charge of St Helens. When will they bring Sean Long in? Deacon. Robbie Paul. Oh, that was forward.
Oh, surely.
That was forward a mile.
Well, they've got away with quite a lot of them, and that, as you can see...
They've got the knock on now against them.
Well, justice has been done. And he lost control of it, did Peacock. It'll be very, very slippy out there now. As Eddie has just mentioned, the rain is teeming down. Robert Connolly, the official, says keep it quiet, boy. Ooh, that
was forward
well.
too, and it was.
Can't believe that. Why on earth would they want to do a set move on your own 10-metre line? It may look pretty and you may get away with it, but safety first. It looked dodgy, didn't it, that first one?
So the scrum now goes down same place, and this time it's Bradford head and feet. They're the conditions we're having to endure, at least the players are. Foreshore. But very dangerous Bradford with ball in hand, I must say. Lowe's with us. Back to Fielden.
They're offloading well for the Bulls. They are controlling this game.
And Lowe's, well, oh, first knock on. He'll play the first. And it was against Lowe's the first.
Push the face, he went forward. They said Kelly's knocked on. Scrum down. Saints had a ball. Well line with it.
Well, neither side wants it.
Well, it's slippy out there, Eddie. But I still can't understand what on earth St Helens were thinking when from the base of the scrum. Up the other end of the field. Yes, not on your own 10 metres. Oh, what's happened?
Penalty. Penalty for offside of the scrum.
Only just as well. And they don't like it. Lowe's had a real old go at the official Robert Connolly. Well, I reckon that's clear. That should have been play on. Oh, well, they're hanging on. They're hanging on by skin of the teeth here, I'll tell you, the Saints.
That's a big hit from Foreshore. Oh, there it is. It was Anderson striking.
Yeah.
Cunningham now. Can he lift this team? That sort of a run will. Here is Britt. Oh, big hit. It dislodged the ball. Britt couldn't hang on.
They don't need to do this, Eddie. They haven't had much possession as it is. And it was a good hit from the man who we often call a tackling machine, the Australian second row, Daniel Gardner. Did through a lot of work. He'll be happy. 12-4. He would have been happy with that at any time during this game. Never mind the first half.
Robbie Paul. Grounded on halfway. Anthony Stewart. Well, times in possession 9 and only 3 completed sets by St Helens.
Says it all.
That is not the sort of stuff that Ian Millwood will be terribly happy with. This is Anderson. Good hit by Wellens as he received it.
And it's defence like that that would lift the spirits of their coach and the side.
Lowe's. Good ball, though, to Foreshore. Barry Ward was the man with the tackle.
Again, that short little pass from the dummy half. Lowe's is controlling things out there.
Good ball, he got it away to Gardner. There's some fierce tackling going on.
Now then, this will be a high one, surely.
And Deacon puts the high kick in. Coming off the wing is Hoppy. Hoppy has missed it. It's play on. This
Back to 6, isn't it?
This is Peacock. Flicks the pass. Referee hasn't wiped the tackle count down yet.
He should do now.
No, he hasn't.
Oh, I can't believe that, and neither can the coach, Brian Noble. I'm sure Hoppy got the fingertip to that. Oh, dearie me.
Or was it Naylor?
Oh, I'm not so sure. Hoppy to me. It hits Hoppy's arm and the leg.
Well, Hoppy certainly went for it. Did he get it? I'm not sure. And neither was Robert Connolly. That's why St Helens had the possession.
Oh, what on earth are they doing?
Shields offloading straight to Gardner. Here is Fielden. And Fielden standing and getting it away to Lowe's. Here's Robbie Paul now.
Well, Saints are playing as though they've bought grand final tickets. Never mind want to get there.
Robbie Paul, that was a hefty challenge on him. He felt that. Here is Anderson.
Much better, though, from Saints. They've got to really lift the game. That's big, strong defence. That's what they need. But again, we see Bradford quite happy due to the short pass.
Fielden's having a wow.
And so's Lowe's.
Deacon's not doing bad either behind them. And there is Lowe's, here is Deacon. This is Peacock, he offloads, little knock on. No knock on, Forshaw.
He got it right, did the official.
Lowe's again, come down the short side to Withers. A dab through for Vainicolo! Oh, a try for Vainicolo!
He's got it, don't worry about that.
Set that, please. First of all, make sure he's onside.
He's definitely got a hand to the ball. That's no problem as far as I'm concerned.
It's the onside.
Was he in front of the kicker? I mentioned the fact that James Lowe's is running the show here, and Withers gets the ball to him. He's onside. This is going to be try time, surely. There, he's not even in the picture. It's on a slight angle away from being squared on. He gets a hand to this, and the volcano will make the Bradford crowd erupt, and why not? The kicking game from Bradford has been superb. Deacon it was before, now it's Withers, TRY.
And it is to Vainicolo, another man not included in the Kiwi squad, but he's very much in the Bradford squad. 10 tries for the year now for Vainicolo. 2 playoff games for Canberra in 2000, 1-1, 1 lost against the Roosters.
Well, he's just orchestrating everything out there is Jimmy Lowe's, and that was a great effort from the winger. He's a big lump of a fella, and it takes a lot of time to get moving, but look at the kick yet again. And these are wonderful tactics, even on a dry pitch, but on a wet one. He knew that if he dived, he'd get there. He knows that he's scored. Consternation in the St. Helens pack, and there you see Chris Joint laying down the law, and rightly so, and look at the rain coming down, and with a lead like this, there's a big hill to climb for the Saints.
On Deacon's kicking like a dream. 18 points to 4, the Bradford Bulls. Tetley's Super League champions, World Club champions, showing their true colours tonight.
What a wonderful finish. It fully deserved it. Withers this time with a kick. So important in this game now. I mentioned the fact, bring up the errors, you won't win the game. We've already seen the stat where St. Helens have only completed sets of 6 on 3 occasions, and it's hurting them. Long way to go, though.
Well, at the moment, after 33 minutes of this match, Bradford are on the way to Old Trafford, and Saints are caught offside, and there's another quick tap. The referee wants a word with the captain, Chris Joint. I was just going to say, Bradford are on the way to Old Trafford. St. Helens are on their way to a meeting with Wigan here next Friday, and Wigan have beaten them this season 3 times already.
Well, so much you'd have a little word with Vainicolo. That's on 2 occasions he patted the referee. We can do without that, thank you.
Well, it's grand final night weather. Traditionally, it does tend to teem down at Old Trafford. It is pouring down at Knowsley Road, and Anderson in possession.
Well, it's certainly sorting them out, Bradford. They really are in full control.
Deacon. Great ball, and it's stuck as well.
Fielding and Joint. A little scrap.
Forshaw. He offloads. It keeps going. Here is Fielden again. Fielden's having a huge game.
So much strength there from the youngster.
Lowe's. Deacon. Another kick. Could be another try. Gardner has come up with another. They're being kicked to ribbons. They are being kicked to ribbons, St. Helens.
I think he's offside, though, is he? It's hard to say from that angle, but it looks all right. Yep, that's try time. What wonderful tactics from Brian Noble and the Bradford side. Withers a few moments before. Deacon yet again. Fantastic play. Just ideal, the tactics. And Gardner will get the TRY.
So for call up on the screen, guys, but they're all kick throughs.
This is all you need to do. You can break down any defence at any given time. Well weighted. And what a finish. Did everything right. The Aussies know the way to the try line, and they know how to scoop up the ball as well. Control, two hands round the football. And the Bulls, they are just absolutely giving Saints a lesson in rugby league.
Deacon, this one of the more simple conversions he's had, and he doesn't make a mistake from the touchline. He won't make a mistake from there. 24 points to 4. Well, this huge crowd at Nosey Road, the majority of them from St Helens, they are shell-shocked, but they are the Bradford Bulls supporters. And I think they're booking their places and making their plans to get to the ticket office tomorrow to pick up the Old Trafford vouchers. And they'll be on their way.
Well, it certainly looks that way, and they fully deserve it.
Referee has stopped the clock here. He wants a word with Stuart Fielden. And Fielden was right back behind the post at the other end.
Well, they had a little bit of a spat with the Saints skipper, Chris Joynt. Did I say kipper? Rather the skipper.
Right. Been brought to my attention by the touch judge after the try. There's been verbals, shoving and pushing. It's been noted. Off you go, please. Hurry. Yes. Right.
Well, they've been talking and pushing and shoving, the two Great Britain internationals, Paul Sculthorpe of St Helens and Stuart Fielden. And the referee allowing Fielden to get back in position for the kick-off, but well, that's the first mistake from Withers.
And boy, oh boy, did they need it. They know that they've got to get a try before half-time. They need something to lift their spirits, something that they can just glean a little bit of positive thoughts at the half-time.
Steve, we are talking about the Saints, you know. This is the game plan. They give the opposition a false sense of security, maybe.
Well, you can see the driving rain that will be in the faces of Saints in the second half, so it won't help them.
On the bounce, Wellens collects. And here is the Tim Yonkers.
Can they complete another 6? That's a big question at the moment for Saints.
Barry Ward.
And we've seen nothing from Kieran Cunningham. We thought he was going to be the key, not when he runs from dummy half.
And this is Sculthorpe again. Good tackling, and there's a St Helens player in back play down. It was Stewart. He's quickly up though. Here is Wellens. It's amazing when you get this change just before the start of a match for St Helens. It disrupts them completely. Shields.
Solid defence.
Sean Long, of course, named in the side, now sitting on the bench. Wellens wide to Sculthorpe. Sculthorpe, good ball to Chris Joynt. Is Joynt over the line? No, he's held up short.
Great defence, absolute superb defence from Withers. Joynt could not believe that it didn't get over the line.
Play the ball, yes.
Oh, that's it.
That's fine.
It was Paul, actually. Better defence there from the skipper on that occasion. It had to be. That was try time yet again. It'll be up the jumper time for Bradford.
Stay there.
5 big hits and then the big kick, surely.
Deacon. That's 3 of them gone. Forshaw at dummy half. That's 4 tackles gone. Costin, dummy half. What a first half this has been for Bradford, Phil.
Yeah, listening to Brian Noble in the week, he said that he had felt the Bradford Bulls hadn't played well all year against St Helens. It hadn't been one of the better performances when they came up against the St Helens side. I think at the first half, he'd have to say this is one of his best. They've been clinical in attack. But even if you're a newcomer to rugby league, you will realise that it's very much a territorial sport. And Bradford have had the advantage of spending most of the match attacking the Saints line. When they've been down there, they've shown us really how to score tries, and really those kicks. It's very difficult to wait and place that kick into the in-goal area when there's nobody in front of you. But when a 15-stone guy is sprinting at you, trying to knock you over onto your backside at high rate of knots, it's even more so, and the kicks from Bradford have just been first class.
They have indeed. We're entering the last minute of the first half. What would Saints give for a good kick? Wellens tried to put one in then. This is Vinacolo now.
Good positioning there as well from the winger. Anticipated the kick, they got back.
Lowe's to Costin.
And you talk about the kicking game, I've already mentioned the fact that Saints have been running into the wind. That means that Deacon will have a field day in the second half. He'll utilise it, something that Saints haven't done in the first 40 minutes.
Well, no Tommy Martin, no Sean Long, of course. Kickers in general play in chief, I suppose, those two.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me if Ian Millwood had made such a big gamble that he won't even bother using Sean Long.
That ball's come out, and this is Stankovic.
Last throw of the dice, seconds ticking down.
And here is Wellens, and this now is Gleeson. He's got Albert outside him, he's gone inside though, and Forshaw and Deacon will complete the job on him. That's 20 seconds of the first half coming up. It's with Yonkers.
They've got to go for the kick. They're going to run out of time.
It's with Sculthorpe.
Oh, that was forward a mile.
Wellens just dropped it, and it was picked up gratefully by Deacon. Last 5 seconds of the first half. Bradford will turn around with a 20-point advantage, and there it is, half-time siren, and boos around this stadium. But this fellow, Stuart Fielden, has led by example with Deacon alongside him, and Lowe's, they have smashed St Helens to pieces. Only the Paul Sculthorpe try for the Saints after 22 minutes. Bradford have hit them for 4 big ones. Deacon, Costin, Vinacolo and Gardner. Bradford ahead 24-4 at half-time. Brian Noble's win ratio of 80% after 2 full seasons in charge of the Bulls looks in pretty safe hands just now. The Bulls are in total control.
St Helens side, and the kicking game from Bradford in that first half was supreme, and I think we'll get exactly the same in the second stanza.
That was the first touch for Chris Joint, and he tipped the ball inside to Barry Ward. We're underway. Bradford are 40 minutes away from Old Trafford. Long has the hopes of St Helens on his shoulders. Great defence though from Peacock and Robbie Paul. No way through for Peter Shields. Long again. Delayed.
Oh, that's a mistake again.
First not covered by St Helens. Then it came off a Bradford guy after the Bradford guy caught it.
It's not their night, Eddie.
Doesn't appear to be. Paul Newlove, of course, formerly with Bradford, coming up with the first mistake of the second half.
And good work though by Scott Naylor, the centre, right in the face of his opposite, Paul Newlove.
Heads in.
Big grin on the face of Jimmy Lowes as he packed down there, and why not? He has controlled things wonderfully out there. Oh, that was forward a mile.
Well, he knocked it on anyway, Costin. The referee's blown the whistle.
Yeah, no advantage. Well, he's not having the best of nights, though, to be fair to Robbie Paul. He came up with a superb tackle late in that first half, prevented a try to Saints. Well, that's a pretty poor effort there by the skipper.
So that is a mistake apiece in the opening minute and a half. Withers all over the top of Wellens.
Oh, surely they're offside there. They've been eager both sides, and he's had a heck of a job, hasn't he, Robert Connolly? The crowd are trying their best to do that, and could that have been a flop from Fielden? Perhaps so.
Well, it could have been. Here is Sculthorpe attacking down that right-hand channel. Sculthorpe.
Well, he's a man that's trying his best. He was the only one that really could stand up and say, well, I've been counted in the first 40.
Nice movement here. Long again, gets the ball away to Wellens. That's knocked on by Scott Naylor. They're bringing the scrum down here. But Sean Long involved in that movement. And that gives St Helens some encouragement.
Not the best offload there, though. And you could see there that they were looking for support, and it wasn't there. They're all at sea at the moment. They're lacking confidence. Need offload there. But this scrambling defence from Bradford has been superb.
Sculthorpe wide to Albert. Good tackle by Leslie Vinacolo. He almost tackled him twice. Wellens. Stankovic.
Oh,
flying hit by Fielden.
What a big game he's having.
Sculthorpe will attack the line here. He had Yonkers in support, took the tackle, 3 gone, 3 left.
Well, that's what they need, more running from the dummy half. We haven't seen any from Kieran Cunningham as yet. Oh, dearie me, I've mentioned his name and I put the mocker on him. I think he knows that this is not the night.
Sorry, he says to his teammates.
You see, he just took his eyes off the football at the critical moment. And a little glance. It's been effective, though, the way that the Bulls getting into the face of the opposition. They've just allowed St Helens no room to move whatsoever.
This is Forshaw for Bradford while he takes that tackle. Let's go to Bill for the news from what was said at half-time.
Well, Eddie, the key word in that St Helens dressing room was completion, because without a complete set of six, St Helens are going to go nowhere, and that's the message really from their coach. Pretty simple, but it's absolutely what they've got to do, because they've just got to get their game together and try and build a platform from which to start their fight back, and as yet there's still no sign of that happening. For the Bulls, coach Brian Noble just wants them to maintain concentration. The danger for them is that they're in a comfortable position and they could just let it slip, as they have done there.
Yes, Deacon had the ball dislodged in the tackle by Yonkers, so Saints have got the opportunity here, and this is new luck. And Chris Joynt was talking to the referee then.
Well, Robert Connolly, he tripped trying to get back the 10 metres, which allowed Bradford to stand only 5.
Cunningham, 20 metres out, he is Long. And Long goes for the gap. Good tackle low down by Robbie Paul.
Was it ever? And Lowe's did well just to make sure he couldn't offload.
Wellens. Bradford right in the face of St Helens, though. 4 tackles gone. 2 left. Joynt. And Joynt goes on his own. Strong defence again from Bradford. Last one here. Long stabs the kick to the in goal.
That's a try.
It's a try, is it for Cunningham?
He certainly got there. Did he ground it all right? Well, they've taken a leaf out of the book that Bradford showed in the first 40. The kicking game was supreme there for the Bulls. Now the Saints have got to it. He's onside. No doubt about that. They'll have a little look to see whether he gets it down perfectly, and I think he does. What a great effort. Oh, I'm not so sure. Oh, I'm not so sure on seeing that. Well, I don't think
cheer when they saw that.
I don't think they'll give this as a try, Eddie. We saw Gartner do something similar in the first half. I think this is going to be no try.
Let's see. Dave Campbell's decision is a try. Now then, cue the fight back. I wonder. Cunningham with his 9th, and a vital one too.
Well, he made up for the mistake earlier. And like I said, the kicking game is so important, isn't it? And they caught them napping, a little bit slow to get back there, didn't anticipate. They thought perhaps Long was going to be the man that would just chip through or maybe throw the dummy, but Cunningham, he has repaid his coach. Didn't do much running in the first half. Looks like this could change it.
And the conversion from Sculthorpe from bang in front. Cunningham's try. A kick through again, unlocking the defence. 24-10 now. And Saints with a vital early try, start of this second half.
Well, that's what they needed. And they got away with it, mainly due to the fact there, we remember that it was Cunningham that came up with the error. But he has really repaid his side. Beautiful combination. We were admiring the way that it was the Bulls that were controlling things. Could that twist the game? We know that they come back kings, aren't they, the Saints?
Well, I mentioned it in the first half. I said it might be in the script. Oh, Barry Ward has lost that.
Well, that won't help matters. He does carry the ball rather awkward. See how he really should have switched the ball. I don't know why he opted to rip it into the right hand and then try to charge it away. You really should carry it in the left and then use your right shoulder. Got it all wrong then.
Deacon feeds, Forshaw, looping past to Paul. Wide it goes to Withers, and Withers, they can't get him down. Back it comes this way to Gartner.
Simplicity has got to be the key for Bradford. Just slowly but surely get back into this game. That'll be back to 6.
Knock on.
Oh, well, the dice is going against the Bulls. I think that's a bad decision by Robert Connolly.
Yonkers got a fingertip to that.
Yeah, without doubt. Bang. That should have been a knock on the other way. And he has given it against Forshaw.
Well, in such moments,
well, you need a little bit of luck. Certainly running their way at the moment, Saints, but look at that defence. Come here, come to daddy, bang, bang, bang. Phelan has been absolutely superb out there in defence.
This now is St Helens looking for something with Yonkers, who plays the ball to Cunningham. It goes wide to Sculthorpe, and he will hoof it downfield. Good kick too, and Sculthorpe is leading the chase. Sculthorpe will put everyone on side here, and he'll trap him in goal with us. Sculthorpe leading the way again.
What a kick and chase, but we've got to say that Michael Withers, he was extremely slow to get to that football. Maybe he was trying to perhaps just elude the way that Sculthorpe came to him, trying to use the post. But look at that, what a great effort.
He picked that up with us, and he looked and he saw Sculthorpe and he said, I can't believe it. Well, you better believe it. There's the drop out to halfway. Darren Albert to run this ball back.
Well, they never got consecutive sixes in that first half, Saints. Now they have, and that really gives them a roll, and for once you just sort of sense that Bradford's defence is not as eager to get into the faces.
And they're offside now, and Long's going to take a quick one, which he does, and Long will get there! Sean Long has scored for St Helens! Try is given by Robert Connolly, and is the unimaginable about to happen? Sean Long, the catalyst for a comeback. I wonder.
Bradford can't believe it. So many times they've had the victory just taken away in the last seconds. Remember, a few years ago it was the vital seconds when Chris Joynt scored. Well, Long has turned this game on its ear. They were caught napping with the Bradford defence yet again. It was Long's kick that provided the try for Cunningham, and the quick tap. Beautiful dummy yet again. Robbie Paul went out wide, he took it, and Long says, give me 4. This is a vital 2 points.
Just a bit, but Long with the try, named in the side, then put on the bench because he turned an ankle in the pre-match build-up. Doesn't look like there's much wrong with him now. And Sculthorpe, this is a critical kick. No problems. The fight back is gathering pace. 24-16.
Who would have believed it? He wouldn't, I'm sure, but he knew the fact. There you can see, look at Robbie Paul, he's going out, he's taken the dummy. That's the second time he's done that during this game.
Steve-O, that is Sean Long's first try, and Ian Millwood just celebrates it quietly. His first try on this ground since March, since the start of the season.
He won't worry about the last one, Eddie. He'll just be thinking about adding to the one he's just scored.
But a different side with Long, and indeed we shouldn't forget the other absentee from the engine room of St Helens, Tommy Martin.
Well, we thought, didn't we, with, you know, what sort of games Ian Millwood were playing, with the fact that did he twist his ankle or was it just kidology? Either way, it's boosted them, and all of a sudden they're on fire, the Saints.
They are. The wind is in their sails now. It looked a lost cause, but suddenly in the opening 10 minutes of this second half, St Helens have hope. Look at the brakes, and there's the kick from Long, and McAvoy has got to turn, and he's not interested. Wisely lets it run over the touchline, but Long is the man.
Sure is. Well, I anticipated the fact that it would have been Bradford that would have just kicked them to death in this second half.
Maybe it's better to play into the face of the wind.
Well, I suppose with a hairstyle like that it doesn't really matter, but he's certainly just turned things around, and you just get the impression now that Bradford just trying to slow things down. They're doing a substitution now, trying to stop the momentum that Saints have got at the moment.
Bradford, of course, were at Old Trafford last year. They're aiming to get there this year, so are the Saints. The Rugby League information line is open for business in the morning. 0113 232 911. Also there, the news of the New Zealand tour, which has the Great Britain tests on the agenda in November, and also that match against the Welsh at the Millennium Stadium on November the 3rd.
It's a 40-20, but it's not going to make it.
So plenty more rugby league to play between now and the end of this particular season.
Great tackle there from Robbie Paul.
There's a bit of rugby league to be played between now and the end of this match. And James Lowe's going a right go. It must be at the referee.
Well, it won't be at his own players, and that will not help their cause. You can talk to a referee as long as you want, say what you want, but he won't change his mind. He's the boss, he's the gaffer.
Down the short side goes Cunningham.
That's the third time we've seen Cunningham run. He said they were offside.
Yes,
that's what he was trying to milk the penalty.
He was asking for offside, definitely. Whoops! There's a mistake from Robbie Paul. Here is Newlove. This is Anthony Stewart. And Anthony Stewart scores! Anthony Stewart scores for Saints. The big blunder came from Robbie Paul. And Saints were on it in a flash. The referee will have nothing to do with James Lowe's and his protestations. And suddenly, well, I cannot believe what we're watching here.
But he can't really. We've often said that sometimes the half-time comes at the wrong moment, but sometimes if you're a Saints fan, it certainly has come at the very, very right moment indeed. And poor old Robbie Paul. Now what's the first tackle here from Robbie Paul? And he loses it. Now Stewart loses that ball. It wasn't seen by the official. Now I think it was offside. That's the reason that Lowe's was having a real old ding-dong with Robert Connolly. And perhaps he had a case there, because the man who was offside just leisurely get out there. Withers had no chance. They got the overlap out wide. Well finished by Stewart, but controversial try. I really feel that Helens was offside for that kick, and he applied the pressure, and that's the reason why the Bradford side, they're none too impressed, and I think they've got a right to complain. But you take your chances, and the official has allowed it, but I'm afraid it's a boo-boo, both at one end, when Stewart knocked on, and when we've seen that Helens was offside for the kick. Not spotted by any of the officials. He won't mind to this fella.
Sculthorpe has got to kick this, and he has. 22-24.
This is just unbelievable. It sure is. And he will be absolutely spitting chips, and I mean it, because he knows, like everyone else who will watch it, that Stewart knocked on. Official didn't see it. Helens was offside, I feel, when Sculthorpe dinked the ball over the defence. You ride your luck sometimes, and it's certainly shining on Saints at the moment.
It is. The Bradford swarming forward again.
Well,
from the kickoff.
I wouldn't have had a bet on Saints coming back into this game, Eddie, with your money.
Thanks very much.
Oh, he's come up with a mistake yet again.
Barry Ward losing it under the pressure of the challenge.
And again we see he carries the ball awkward.
Smashing tackle from Ward, though.
He said, I'll get my own back, do something positive.
Deacon wide to Gartner.
Ooh, that was pretty high there as well. Stankovic.
Shaw.
Oh, it's livening up now. I mentioned the fact that composure would be the key for Bradford, and that's what they've got to do now. Just get back into the same routine. The short pass to the forwards. Lowe's controlling things.
This is Daniel Gartner. Eventually Gleeson and Stankovic wrestle him to the ground. Lowe's the dummy half. Will dab the ball in goal. And St Helens will sweep up.
Well,
Albert was there.
Quick thinking yet again.
Pandemonium.
It sure was.
I think it was a boot, actually, that got to it first.
Yeah.
It was.
Helens. But neat little play yet again from James Lowe's. Helens comes to the rescue. What a game. Who would have thought it?
Nobody. Nobody would have thought this was possible.
And there's still plenty of time. We're not in the final quarters yet. This has to be a long kick and a good chase.
Clarkey, what on earth has gone on in that dressing room at half-time?
Well, I think we're just witnessing a magic moment for St Helens, or more probably appropriately a 15-minute period. It's come out 18-0 so far in the second half. They're running from dummy half. Tim Yonkers is taking the ball up when, and really they are looking sharp. But maybe this is the turning point. Bradford very unlucky. Controversial decision against Mike Forshaw, remember, and then the kick also with a knock-on. But hey, Saints ride the luck.
They do, and now it's Bradford looking to find a hole in that St Helens defence.
Well, that's a mistake there from Lowe's. Oh, it's back to 6.
Back to 0 in the tackle count. Lowe's to Brian McDermott.
Oh, he's lost it.
He's lost that.
They'll take the first knock on, no advantage. He can't believe it, it's getting tasty out there. Lowe's, as usual, is in the thick of it. This will be a St Helens feed. This is the one that Gleeson, he said back to 6, and looking at the replay, that's all right, but you can see the big fella, McDermott, couldn't hold on to this football. Well, it's little to shout about. First 40. 18 minutes, and they're in good voice.
Oh, they ever, and I tell you what, the playoffs, they've come alive tonight. They've been pretty good all the way through, but this, well, this is 5-star. Chris Joint.
Game of 2 halves. I know it's an old saying.
Off you go.
Oh, that's a bad one, right over the top. He said he was on the chest, but Dermot said, I thought it was a good tackle.
Cunningham, grounded by McDermott again.
Oh, that was right over into the throat. Darren Brick would have felt that.
There's the kick from Long. Vainicolo waits and gathers it in.
He's done well as Vainicolo.
Good chase by Long.
They've thrown it at him, kicked it at him all throughout this game, and he's come up trumps on every occasion. Scored a wonderful try in that first half.
Well, this is boiling along.
A lot better defensive-wise from Saints in the second half, and you can see that the Bradford players are beginning to start losing their cool. They've done it throughout this season on many occasions where they started arguing with the referee instead of getting back to the game plan.
Deacon, no. Deacon with a little bit of magic. He's got Robbie Paul. Oh, well, what on earth happened then? He had Gardner on his left, he had Robbie Paul on his right, and he dropped it.
Well, he tried to kick it, but he just couldn't get the boot away. Beautiful break. And he must be thinking that the gods are against him. He wanted to kick it, he just lost it. Oh.
Who would be a coach, eh?
Well, there's a tint of grey there, and there'll be more before this game is out.
Well,
into the final quarter.
They were on the phone to the coach companies. They were fixing up the trip at half-time.
That was forward.
They've
done it twice, and they've been called for a forward pass twice. Why on earth do they do that in their own half yet again? It's Bradford that's come up with it. That is unbelievable that they can...
Mindful.
Well, we saw a disc into Ward last night, to Sinfield. Sinfield to Ward, I'll get it right yesterday, which I said was schoolboy stuff. Well, they've done 2. Well, they picked the lucky box all the way through the second half, but that's not the option. That was the wrong rabbit out of the hat.
Costin, Stankovic, and Sculthorpe. Well, Sculthorpe will be hoping this doesn't come to anything. McDermott wrestled to the ground by Darren Britt. Lowe's, Deacon, Peacock, and Peacock gets it away to Naylor. Oh, that could have been a penalty against Long.
Should have been.
This is Fielden. Went down a blind alley then. St Helens and Paul Sculthorpe have 2 to survive. Deacon with the kick again.
That'll
It's a try. It's a try for Foreshore, is it? I think it's Foreshore over there. It is.
I think this will be given. Again, we see the kick. Superb little dink forward. And in this weather, anything can happen. Superb kick yet again. I think it touched a Saints player on the way through, but I think the ball took the man. They're onside. He's well onside. It took a wicked bounce. Here they come, skidding all over the place. And Gleeson really should have gone for the football. And when Albert popped it up, Foreshore said, thank you very much. We're back in control. Has he lost it at the vital moment? I think he has. Oh, dearie me.
Well, listen to the St Helens fans in the background. They've just seen this as well.
He has lost it. Yeah, There's daylight between that, I'm sure. Oh, this will be cruel. This will be cruel for Forshaw.
Well, as that ball was kicked through, did you see the spray coming up off the ground?
He's lost it. Well, they'll be lucky, but Gleeson nearly paid the price. If it's a try, then Gleeson has paid the price, but I'm going to go for no try.
Oh, the try is given. Forshaw given benefit of the doubt by David Campbell. He didn't drop it after all.
Well, they said he controlled it. He'll be happy with that. And really, the kick was superb. But Martin Gleeson, instead of going for the football, he tries to just stop Forshaw going through. Look at that. He should have gone for it. He should have gone for the football, Gleeson. But you can't take anything away from this fella. The little halfback, Paul Deacon. He has produced some superb kicks. There was no question in the mind of Forshaw. It all came from this absolute stupid play. That's the only word for it. Stupid. Remember Deacon, the man who's about to convert, or will it? Either way, he knocked on, line at his mercy.
And he misses. The pressure is getting to everybody. 28-22 though, the Bulls ahead.
He can't believe it. Well,
Forshaw, it didn't come out of his grasp.
not according to the video referee. But to be fair, they needed a little stroke of luck, but it was worth it. He's a big grin on his face. And to think 2 years ago, many people thought that he was finished, done.
Well, it's 28-22. It's a converted try, the gap. And we haven't had a drawn game in the playoffs in the history of the playoffs of the Super League. So are we on the verge of an extra time? And the extra time would be 10 minutes each way, and then the golden point if it still is level pegging.
Well, knowing you, Eddie, you'll put the mocker on everything. One side will probably run away with
Well,
it
you
from
never
here on
know.
in. Yeah, you never know. I know one set of players that will be happy that they're playing extra time, and that'll be Wigan.
Oh, yes.
They'll want them to run for the golden point, won't they?
Saints, of course, have got to score a converted try, and then, well, they've got to hold on. And in a match like this, anything, literally anything can happen. But Bradford, that try has lifted their spirits. They're hunting again. They're flying in the tackle.
And it was a veteran Forshaw that provided that lift.
Sculthorpe's gone for a big 40-20, but he hasn't got the angle right. Long is leading the way.
He split the winger and the full back. Oh, great stuff.
What a run from Sean Long. He came from an onside position. Oh, Sculthorpe sneaked it off with us.
And that's one-on-one. What a great play from Sculthorpe.
This is Cunningham.
They're
Here is
both
Joyce.
offside. None of them's got back the 10. He's allowing the advantage of Robert Connolly.
Cunningham gives it to Britt. Just short. Cunningham again. Gets the ball away, lost it. Dropped by Yonkers. Knock on.
Well, they allowed the advantage. And they had their chance. And they've come up with a mistake yet again. This is tense. Wonderful effort, though, from Sculthorpe. But was the tackle completed?
No.
According to the official, Robert Connolly, he agrees with Eddie, and then they came up with that big mistake. But Withers and Forshaw, some of the defence here tonight has been outstanding. Withers has taken a knock.
He has.
He knows the game long enough to know that let's just stop the momentum a little bit. I'm not being cruel to the man, but oh, the tension.
Well, Ian Millwood's just been downstairs. He's made a change. Ward has gone off and Mickey Hyam has come on.
And it's amazing, he did not want to use a walkie-talkie. He wanted to make sure that the right message got out.
Bradford head and feet at the scrum. Forshaw to try and relieve the pressure.
He knows he can't just hang on any. He knows the capabilities of this St. Helens side to snatch a victory in the dying minutes. Oh, that could be the killer.
Fielden with the mistake. Cunningham with the run.
He's had such a wonderful game as Stuart Fielden, but that could be a costly mistake.
Mickey Hyam. That's the first. Remember, the opening tackle was the 0. Here is Darren Britt. Big hit by Brian McDermott.
Sculthorpe's a key. Will he throw the dummy?
No, he'll give it to Long. Long puts it out wide to Newland. And Newland on his back and held up by Nathan McAvoy. Stewart to Long. Long, oh, awful pass.
Well, it looks as though you're going to opt for the kick, and I think that's what his coach was hoping for too.
I think that's what all the players on his inside were waiting for.
Well, it was a relieved Stuart Fielding that dropped on that loose ball then.
Remarkable thing about the Bradford scoreline, Steve-O, they've scored 5 tries, all 5 from kicks.
And that's a key factor. It's what got Saints back in the game.
This is Vinacolo.
It was a kick from Long that allowed Cunningham to get that try. Well, there's been plenty of controversy in this match. We knew it was going to be tough. Oh, didn't expect this.
This is the last tackle, says Robert Connolly. As the kick over the top, Anthony Stewart will collect this for the Saints. A black wall has arrived.
Good chase.
Great chase.
Basics. That's what we're going through all the players' minds. Keep it to the basics. Make sure we get the 6. See if we can get the roll on. Always lost it.
He tried to get that ball away, did Stewart, and McAvoy's pinched it. Here's Lowe's.
Twists and turns. How many? Why on earth did Stewart try to offload there? Just wasn't on. Chris Joynt wasn't running onto the football. He was stood. He was anticipating to play the ball.
Brian McDermott.
Will he go for the 1 point, perhaps? I think I've been thinking about it, Eddie.
Robbie Paul. 4 tackles gone, 2 this set of 6 remaining. Lowe's waits at dummy half. Deacon's back there. They go down the short side with Peacock. And Peacock drives them to within a couple of metres of the line. That's the last.
Will they go 1 point? I don't think so.
Well, Deacon has positioned himself way out wide. And that ball is just helped over the dead ball line by Wellens.
Should be on the 22. This will be interesting.
Yes, 22 metres. A restart.
He did the right thing, Robert Connolly.
Cunningham taken quickly. Here's Long.
He did it right, and he got it right, did the official.
Hyan scampers away. Mickey Hyan wrestled to the ground by Lowe's.
I don't think I've ever felt as much tension in a game for years, Eddie.
Just a reminder, the Australian Grand Finals in the morning, 9:30 Sky Sports 2, the Roosters and the Warriors. If it's as good as this, it's worth getting up early on the Sunday morning for. Wide it goes from Sculthorpe again.
What a hit from the volcano. Oh, Darren Albert said, what hit me?
Sculthorpe's kick, picked up by Withers, gathered in safely. Hyan.
Just bobbled a little bit from the fullback there, but he was quite happy to scoop it to his chest.
Hyan and Stankovic completing the tackle. Here's Brian McDermott again.
I just wonder whether the Bulls made that big error upfield, Eddie, when they could have gone for that 1 point. That'd be vital, wouldn't it?
Well, it means that Saints would have to score twice as it is now. They're just a converted try away. And it's with Peacock.
Well, if
Saints
anyone
have got to be solid in defence. That's 4.
If anyone's going to steer the Bradford Bulls home, it's the hooker, Jimmy Lowe's. He has controlled things out beautifully, and the kicking game from this fella Deacon has been great too. Look at him bobble around.
That's a super kick, and Darren Albert has work to do. He's given it to Wellens. Wellens is trapped in goal.
That was dodgy. Darren Albert, it was very dodgy. Gardner was hunting. Yeah, ball carrying arm. He's got it right as the official. Saints fans, they're booing. They thought that Fielding came in on a flop, but the
goal line. He's in the end goal.
The dead in goal had already been completed.
Costin to McDermott. Here they come again.
Oh, what a hit!
Darren
Mr. Britt says welcome.
Last 10. Deacon. Wide it goes to McAvoy. McAvoy, back it goes. Went backwards. Oh, and he just holds the jaw, Peacock. Here's Deacon, this is Withers.
I don't think Bradford will make the second mistake. They'll drive for the stick, surely. That 1 point is so desperate for them.
This is Forshaw.
He knows the way towards the sticks. One more, surely they'll go for the drop.
Deacon's there, here's the drop goal attempt. He's pushed it wide.
Went early in the tackle count.
He's pushed it wide, Deacon.
They are the tactics that you needed, though. You can see there they applied no pressure because it wasn't the last. Deacon opted to go early, and he just went to the left.
Yonkers takes that first tackle. This is Mickey Hyan. Oh,
Went backwards.
drop down. Knock on is the touch judge's call.
Ooh. Hyam cannot believe it. It said he went backwards, and now it's Saints' turn to lose their cool.
I was facing my posts, says Mickey Hyam.
And he was.
Come on, bright side, Kieran. That's what he's doing.
Won't hurt. Won't help you, young fella. And it was whipped away by Jimmy Lowe's, and he's got away with it. And even so, it went backwards.
Well, there's lots to talk about, and they will talk about this for a long, long time to come. This entire night at Knowsley Road. It's been unforgettable.
Well, I bet the two coaches...
Knock on!
Oh.
Knock on this time by Robbie Paul.
It's not been his night. Brian Noble and Robbie Paul, and he just lost it. Lost control, slippy conditions.
Team effort.
And yet he's the type of player, Eddie, that could just win it for Bradford all on his own.
Absolutely.
He can come up with something superb. But as it is, they have got away with it yet again.
Off goes Timmy Yonkers, on comes Peter Shields.
Heads in.
Well,
Clarkie, I hate to ask you this. Who's going to win?
I'll tell you what, the one team you don't want to be chasing you with less than 10 minutes to go is St Helens, and the Bradford Bulls do look incredibly nervous. When in possession, they've lost the shape, they've lost the pattern, and yet another mistake here now from St Helens. I think we can only put it down to the atrocious conditions and maybe the desperation now with which St Helens are trying to play this game. Just tries to get up and get that quick play of the ball. He knows his side need to get onto a roll, get out of their own half and get into good field position. They've just gifted now the Bradford Bulls a chance to attack and maybe just strike that killer punch.
Yes, a killer blow needed by Bradford, and just a try from Saints would be good enough. And is that back to 0?
It is.
Yes, it is.
Certainly got a hand to it. They're desperate now, Saints, to get this possession. And that's why I keep pointing to that man, Jimmy Lowe's, who'll just control things, calm it down, say, come on, now it's the volcano that's gone in. That's good work.
Let's go.
And there's Lowe's.
Come this way to Deacon. St Helens tried to close him down in case he thought of the one-pointer. Bradford move it wide. This is with us. Back it goes. Peacock. Cut down. He was hunting all the way then, joint.
Stay.
With us again to Robbie Paul. On it goes to McDermott, who puts the ball down.
Look forward. Well, he's got 6 points to play with, is Brian Noble. The clock is just ticking away. And it is becoming atrocious out there. 10 minutes after the kickoff of this game, the rain started to come down.
We have a live grand final preview program for you Friday the 18th at 7 on Sky Sports 2. We're live from Old Trafford on the night, and then we're live from Old Trafford the next night for the main event. And who's going to be there?
Great run from Cunningham.
The two grand final coaches will be joining us on the night at Old Trafford on the eve of the big game.
And he could write a book about this match, and I'm sure that both coaches probably will. They'll have plenty to say.
Sculthorpe with a high kick in these conditions, good tactics. That's coming back towards St Helens. Flick back, Long with the kick again, and he's chasing it is Mickey Hyan. Mickey Hyan traps with us in goal. Pressure. 5 to go.
And what a kick under pressure from this fella. Saints fans say go. They've seen it all before.
Well, they are royally entertained at this ground. We all are when we come to Saints, and indeed when we see Bradford.
Eddie, they were done at half-time.
Oh,
it was
finished.
all over.
They were finished.
I'd written them off. Everyone had. But you.
I just said I wondered whether it was in the script. I'd never believed it would happen again. It hasn't happened yet, of course. Bradford's still ahead. 4 minutes and a little bit. 15,100. It's a full house at Knowsley Road, and every one of them have watched a classic. It might have a little bit more to run. Cunningham. Here's Long. This is Shields. Long takes over. He finds Sculthorpe. They've men out wide. Mueller. Stewart. It's a try. It's a try for Stewart.
He'll go to the screen though. He'll want to make sure.
Second try for Stewart for me.
But he has to go to the screen, Eddie. In such circumstances, he slides. That's a try. You got it right, Eduardo. They are doing it again, but it's way out wide. This is a difficult conversion.
Here's a decision to confirm it. A kick away from extra time. We're a kick away from an extra 10 minutes each way. And Paul Sculthorpe, what a kick this is. I can't watch.
Well, if he converts this and we do go into extra time, you've got to say that the momentum has turned around and the Saints, they've got the roll on. And full credit to official Robert Connolly. In such circumstances, it means so much. It means going straight to the grand final. What a pressure kick. Oh. The man of steel, he'll need nerves like a man of steel. What a night for this fella.
Well, he's a man banging form, Steve-O, because he's kicked 10 goals in a match 3 times in the last 8 weeks of this season. But this one is his biggest kick of his life. Bradford fans biting their nails. Saints have got the prayer mats out. Sculthorpe. He's missed it.
He's got
Sculthorpe has missed it.
Talk about the pressure. He looks calm, cool and collected. So does he. But inside, oh, they must be doing an Irish jig inside the stomach. Both of them.
Remember,
I always
that night
remember.
When Chris Joynt came up with the win in the last minute, St Helens have got to cover the ground again. It was on this ground, it was against this opposition, and St Helens came up with a try of all time. Can they do it again?
What a game.
2 years ago, but Saints were going up the other end then.
And remember, early in the match, it was Sculthorpe that missed an easy conversion.
This is Cunningham. He offloads to Long.
But on the boil, seconds remaining. They've got to throw the dice. They've got to go for everything, Saints.
Here they go. Long to Newland. Oh!
That was a forward pass. Oh, he's allowed to play on. What on earth is happening? It's anybody's ball. Play on.
Play on again, Chris, touch judge. Play on.
This is farcical.
Wide from Cunningham. That's Gleeson. Gleeson's pass was on its way to the front row of the stand.
He thought that his winger was going to stay outside, but Darren Albert had just started to come back on the inside, as a good winger perhaps should have done. This is earlier. To me, this was a forward pass. How this was allowed to be continued on is beyond belief. There was a knock on there, a knock on here, a knock on everywhere. And he knows that that is it. It will be on the jumper time now. The combination between the centre Gleeson and Darren Albert. It'll be the Bulls that'll hang on to this. Don't you worry about that.
They've got 30 seconds. They've got 30 seconds.
They'll have cramp. They'll have all sorts of injuries. And they'll run from dummy half. They will not risk the pass. Costin should go on his own.
Costin will.
And so will Lowe's.
15, 16 seconds.
Oh, he's passed.
This is Vainicolo. That's the last.
What if it had gone into touch there? Kick it straight over the stand.
Which
and
he
Lowe's
does.
will do. It's It's all over, they've made it.
The Bradford Bulls are at Old Trafford. What a match. Celebrations for the Bulls on the sideline. We have seen another classic here. St Helens now have to come back next week, and they have to play the team that's beaten them 3 times this year. They have to play Wigan on this ground next Friday night. Bradford are at Old Trafford for the grand final of 2002. They will defend their title at the Theatre of Dreams. What a game. 24-4, the Bulls were home and hosed at half-time. Never home and hosed against the Saints. 26-28, but Paul Deakin wins the TISO Watchers Man of the Match. He's here with Bill.
Paul, congratulations, there you go. There's your watch. How are your nerves?
I don't know if I deserve this because I nearly lost it for us with the missed goals and drop goals, but what a game. I mean, I don't think we're used to playing in the wet. So many spilled balls both sides, but, you know, it's a close one again.
Well done, Paul, congratulations.
Thanks a lot, thanks to TISO.
Coach Brian Noble's just joined us. How about your nerves?
Well, they're fine now. Now it's over. The worst are good after the start of that second half. I can't remember us completing a set in the second half. The reverse of exactly the reverse of what we did in the first half.
But you must have expected that in a way.
Oh yeah, but we had the wind in the second half, would you believe? And we still didn't kick early, so we're going to have to make our messages a little bit clearer at half-time. But I'm delighted for the players. They had to dig deep because they got a bit of a roll on like we got a bit of a roll on. And it's a great win for that mental toughness we talked about. And they're in another grand final they deserve to be.
Old Trafford, here we come then.
Yeah, well, we're there now. We can have a look at what we did right and what we did wrong and take a few days off and let Saints and Wigan bash each other up.
Thanks, Brian.
Thanks, Bill.
Phil Clark. That was exhausting just watching it, wasn't it?
What a game. I think basically we're all divided into 3 categories. Those who make things happen, those who watch what happens, and those who wondered what happened. I think Saints were the former and Bradford the second, the latter really in that second half, but St Helens probably gave themselves just a little bit too much to do in the second half. Wonderful, wonderful game. 7 of the 9 tries coming from kicks, probably a testimony to the quality of defence on show here. Yeah, we saw some wonderful play from both teams, and when St Helens start to run from dummy half like they did in that second half, they become almost unplayable. Luckily for Bradford, they had just enough of a lead.
Thanks, Phil. You think this was some game? We've still got St Helens against Wigan to come to decide who meets the Bulls in the grand final. Can't wait.
No, neither can